The entire dimension of the time room had been completely destroyed because Boaster's simple power was of an incomprehensible level compared to the beings of these universes, which could not be considered even gods. I used to despite the inferior beings who called themselves gods. Oh, ironic, now I live in their world. At the moment of leaving the dimension, Boaster, with his great dimensional change, was able to reach the 6 universes that had revived again. So at the moment, Goku was surprised to realize how the warrior he had to face was able to completely humiliate Daishinkan, one of the 5 most powerful warriors of the 12 universes.
Boaster, please help him! I know that your power is capable of this and much more, but really, even if I want it, I don't have the required power to face him.
As I've told you, you have nothing to fear. The highest quality blood runs through your body, and I'm sure that your power is capable of defeating this idiot.
I really don't know yet what you're trying to tell me regarding my blood, but I think I'm getting the hang of it, and then I'll give it my all.
How pathetic, the great priest has fallen. I thought you were much more powerful. At the moment, Archon was able to pierce through Daishinkan's chest, causing too much blood to fall to the ground. Don't worry, I'll be sending Zeno-sama's useless ones soon, just like your kids. Before Archon's able to completely disintegrate him, Goku with a powerful kick was able to send him to a planet, which was, with the simple impact, would be completely destroyed, which even left him surprised.
Wow, that's my power? I can't believe it! But it's not time. Daishinkan's about to die.
Goku would move with Boaster, leaving Daishinkan, quickly return to the battlefield while Boaster would observe Daishinkan. Even for me, it's funny. I never thought that I would help beings whom at the time I considered simple worms. I've changed so much since my defeat. Boaster, with great power, was able to get Daishinkan to heal his wounds completely, even giving him a little more power. So after a few seconds, Daishinkan would wake up completely shocked because he'd remember how Archon was able to cross his chest. What the hell? I should be dead. I can't believe it. Yeah, you better thank Son Goku, because if it weren't for him, you wouldn't have been saved. He asked me because you're one of the pillars of these universes. Are they to Goku? Was he the one who saved me? But who are you? Daishinkan would be taken out of his thoughts upon realizing as a gigantic power would rise through the 6 universes. That's right, Goku's incredible power would begin to be released, because Goku would then begin to access the Ultra Instinct, an incredible aura would rise all over the place, while an amazing pressure was able to be felt all over the place. Apparently Son Goku's training's paid off. I'm sure he'll be able to beat that stupid fusion. No. Matter how powerful Son Goku is, the warrior he's up against can't be taken at face value, as he was able to beat me. Praised out of respect of Son Goku's request, I've saved your life, so you'll have to ask to shut your mouth and watch the combat. Daishinkan, when he was about to say something, would feel an incredible terror, observing the cold gaze of Boaster who was staring at him. What is this terror that runs through my whole body? Even with Archon, I didn't feel this. Who is this warrior? Even if he doesn't release his power, I'm sure he's capable of beating me. Daishinkan would think all this, since with his simple gaze, Daishinkan wasn't able to speak, because of the incredible terror that the warrior had in front of him. For his part, Goku would continue with the increase of his energy, so at the moment of an incredible explosion, Son Goku's big silver hair could be seen, as well as his silver-colored eyes, imposing respect on any warrior that put on his forehead.
I'm sorry for the wait, I'm just not used to using 100% of my power. Now yes, I'm ready to fight.
I don't know who you are, but I'll not let you leave this place alive, since you have interfered in the revenge towards the entire Divine Kingdom, and for that reason I'll finish with you. Both warriors began to exchange thousands of blows for all the 16 universes. That's right, both warriors were moving through all the universes at a great speed, which would leave Daishinkan very surprised he was unable to observe all the blows, since the speed of both had completely surpassed him. What's going on here? I'm not able to assimilate how Son Goku's power has risen in an incredible way in this short period of time. Son Goku's training started to pay off. It's been a great idea. Train his reflexes, then raise his power to the maximum. He's ready for the next evolution. The battle of both warriors seemed to be very evenly matched, but the battle went on, it could be observed how Archon's power began to decrease. Although it was minimal, this was with the course of the battle, it was essential, since the difference in attacks as well as the power of his fist began to be noticed,
because at the moment, Archon was able to send Goku flying with a powerful blow, dragging him over a few rocks, while Goku with incredible speed would hit back, creating a great chaos that spread all over his round.
Even I'm not able to assimilate all the power I've been able to get in this short period of time. So these are the results of training with the guy who has been able to surpass the kings completely.
Archon would stand up, but too much blood was spreading all over the place, as Goku's punch contained an incredible power.
Damn it! Who is this guy? His punches are even more powerful than those of Daishinkan.
Archon, difficult, would stand up, releasing much more power since he couldn't stand the humiliation that the warrior who does not belong to the divine world was able to humiliate him.
Well, apparently you still have the energy to keep fighting, and I want you to show me the real one of the fusion of the 6 gods of destruction.
Damn, I'll finish you!
Archon, with great fury, rushed against Goku, but the difference in powers on this occasion was evident, since Goku was able to dodge each of his blows, so at the moment, Boaster's voice would resonate all over the place.
Goku, end his life. You've already proven that you're superior to that garbage in every possible way. We have to go back to continue training.
Archon, who had noticed the presence of that subject, furious being underestimated, threw himself against Boaster. So Daishinkan would get into a battle pose, however Boaster would pass by Daishinkan, staying in front of him. The instant Archon would execute his blow, his fist turned into simple ashes. That's right, the simple aura of Boaster was much superior to the power of Archon, so his fist would be in contact with his aura, they would completely be destroyed.
I have nothing to tell you, since right now you'll die.
Boaster would expel a little bit of his incredible power, with which it was enough to completely disintegrate him, leaving absolutely nothing of that fusion. Daishinkan's gaze radiated absolute terror. He could not believe that a warrior with that power exists.
How have you been able to eliminate the fusion of 6 supreme gods, using only his aura? The warrior is even able to beat the great Zeno-sama in his combat form.
Goku would appear next to Boaster, so at the moment, he would return to his base state as there was no danger.
Master, why have you deleted it? He was my opponent. He didn't have the right to do it.
It's not time to play with scum. We have to make you much more powerful. But it's time to tell you your true origin, and the power of which you are the only heir.
Okay, let's get back to the training. But before that, let's accompany Daishinkan to the Kingdom of Everything. And by the way, I want to say hello to my friend Zen.
I understand, but let's not be so long.
Everyone had left for the Kingdom of the All, so by the time they arrived, both Zenos had rushed towards Goku.
Goku! Long time no see! Tell us, why have you come to visit us? Yes, don't you want to play with us?
It's not that, Zeno. Just that I've been really busy training, and for that reason, I haven't been able to play with you guys again. However, while Goku was talking with both Zenos, Boaster was analyzing the entire Divine Kingdom, realizing that it was very similar to the kingdom from which it comes. It's not its size, since the kingdom of Nagami and Kira was thousands of times larger, but at the essence, it was very similar to the kingdom from which it came.
This can't be possible. I understand that these guys are also considered gods in their world, but to get this essence is absurd.
Instantly, a mental power would be activated in the depths of his mind. Boaster, if you are seeing this, it's because you've reached the divine kingdom of the beings whom you considered inferior. It has the same essence since the universe is designed from the evolution of our little sun. You will be the warrior who will destroy the greed of my sister. The mental power would end, so at the moment, Boaster would fall to the ground, placing one of his knees so as to not fall completely.
So my lord already knew everything that was going to happen. Did he even know that I was going to train him to such an extent, and we would come to this place? I have to come back much more powerful to Goku.
Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, Vegeta, with his great training of Whis, was able to become much more powerful. And at the end of his training, he was meditating until he was able to control his internal energy completely. So at the moment, all this happened, an incredible purple aura would rise all over the planet, while his power did not stop growing. That's right, the Prince of the Saiyans was able to master the energy of a god of destruction, being able to access a new transformation. Well, apparently Mr. Vegeta has been able to access a new transformation. It amazes me the power he's able to release to be his first time.
Hey Whis, the power that Vegeta's releasing, it's about the energy of a god of destruction, or am I wrong?
No, Mr. Beerus, you're not mistaken. The power that Mr. Vegeta is releasing is about the authentic power of a god of destruction.
I'm surprised by the power Vegeta's gained in this short period of time, but he'd be better to master that power completely so he doesn't have any energy drain. Wow, the power I've been able to get's amazing. I'm sure that with this power I have, I'll be able to beat Kakarot. I agree with you, Vegeta, but only if you're able to master that power 100%, since the energy consumption's also incredible. Mr. Beerus, how about we battle to test my new power? You get a little power and you already want to face the most powerful god of the 12 universes. That's okay, I challenge your exception. I'll finish you.
Instantly, both warriors got into a battle pose, so at Whis' command, both moved quickly, starting to exchange hundreds of blows all over the place. The power of both were enough to even destroy planets in one blow, but the planet of the god Beerus to the special being was able to withstand that and much more. Vegeta, despite possessing great power, wasn't able to connect any effective blow to Beerus, with which a big smile would throw thousands of spheres of energy, which Vegeta, with his great speed, would be able to evade. But at the moment, Beerus, from his side, was able to connect a big blow to his head, which made him fall to the ground with an overwhelming power, with which he almost knocked him out of combat. The destruction in his path was incredible.
Vegeta, I must admit you have incredible power, but you're still not up to the power of a god of destruction. Much less my power, since I'm the most powerful of all the 12 gods that exist. You better keep training.
Beerus would turn his back to the Saiyan, who, with his pride shattered, would stand up again. But he had returned to the Super Saiyan, but with an incredible scream, he was able to expel much more power, accessing the Ultra Ego again.
I'm the Prince of the Saiyans, and I'm not gonna give up so easily.
Vegeta, with great anger, rushed against Beerus, which both began to fight, but when Vegeta expelled much more power than his body was able to withstand, his speed had been compromised, since it had decreased in a great way. Beerus, realizing his strategy, he would be able to take that energy vein and begin to destroy. He would decide to knock out the Prince of the Saiyans, and with great speed was able to.
Whis, please heal him, as his energy veins are about to be destroyed.
As you order, Mr. Beerus, but the power that Mr. Vegeta has shown is incredible. I didn't think he'd be able to get all that power in this short time. Returned to the kingdom of the whole, Boaster, along with Goku, had left to continue with his great training, while instantly Boaster would begin to tell the true story of his parents, which surprised Son Goku, while his power began to rise. Goku was releasing a gigantic power, so much so that this time the same dimension would crack in an incredible way. So moments after an explosion, the dimension had completely collapsed. However, Boaster would try to do everything necessary so that his power would not be able to cause destruction in any of the 12 universes.
Damn, I didn't think that telling her origins would be able to generate this. I don't have to allow any being to live to be affected by this power.
Boaster would also begin to raise his power, with the intention of counteracting the power equaling it to that of Son Goku. However, to his surprise, despite the fact that Goku's power was much lower, he'd been able to completely overshadow it, because on this occasion, the essence of the first creator god had been represented to its maximum splendor.
Damn it, I'm not going to be able to repel his power, since the energy of all this great power is his original power, the power of an authentic king.
But instantly, an incredible barrier was able to envelop the entire kingdom of the whole, while from the top of everything existing, the figure of her mother and Queen of Destruction would become present, or rather, a small essence of Kira. My little Zumaro, how long it's been since, even though your father and I held in that barrier, I have been able to channel my little energy to prevent you from continuing to release more energy. It is not yet time for you to face the Upper Kingdom. The sword goddess, with a slight blow to his neck, was able to knock him out of combat completely, so he would begin to approach towards Boaster. Boaster, I really have to ask you for an apology. You were never of my trust, but I realized the words that Nagami said to me on her behalf, and I'm also very grateful to you for taking care of our little...
My lady, don't worry. For me taking care of little Kakarot, this has been one of the best experiences I could have ever had, so there's no problem.
I charge it to you, Boaster. Train it, since the entire divine higher realm is in complete chaos, and with the tyranny of Fria, no warrior will be able to save himself.
Don't worry, my lady. When Kakarot is ready, I myself will show you the way to the divine upper kingdom, or, as the beings of this world know it, the lost kingdom of the immortals.
Kingdom of the Immortals? It doesn't matter what warrior he is, every subject has a weakness, and therefore, every warrior is capable of dying, even those considered immortal. Kira's essence would instantly vanish completely, while Kakarot had been knocked out completely from his mother's simple blow.
My lady has been able to recognize me after millions of years. I have to return to Kakarot, the most powerful warrior that the divine Upper Kingdom has ever had. Meanwhile, in the Upper Kingdom, Kira was able to open her eyes, realizing that the barrier that Nagami's sister Fria was still in her orbit. While two guards were guarding that barrier, for her part, Nagami did not say any words, but her look was gloomy completely.
Nagami, don't lose hope, the warrior who is able to rise among all the divine beings of the upper realm. No, Kira, even I, the perfect warrior, the most powerful warrior, was defeated and the worst thing was an ambush by my own sister. Nagami, Zumaro is in perfect condition. I've been able to see him with the divine energy that you've provided me in these millions of years.
Nagami's countenance would change completely, but instantly her sister would fall to the barrier to be able to observe her brother.
Nagami, but how pathetic that you made me fall, and for all the strongest of the Upper Kingdom. But don't worry, we will end your existence very soon.
What did you say? Was he not to be sealed for the rest of eternity?
Ha! That's funny. Is a powerful warrior like you afraid of death? That has left me surprised, but yes, you are right. We will finish with you, and since we do not have unlimited energy to maintain the powerful 5-pole seal.
Fria would leave the barrier, so she was surprised both warriors. For her part, Nagami, using all the power of the Sacred Ozaru, was able to send a powerful mental energy, which would only be perceived by Boaster. Boaster, I don't know how much time they have, but Freya wants to end our lives. If we don't have the required energy, we won't be able to do anything. Our life is in her hands. I'm counting on you, my most faithful warrior. No, I'm not gonna let the king die. This information I have to tell Kakarot, so that he takes his training much more seriously. Goku was still out of combat, so energy would start flowing through his body. That's right, Boaster would start healing him completely. Right now, Kakarot is only asleep, so I have to be able to wake him up. I've been able to give him all his power back. Boaster, of a much powerful blow to his stomach, was able to wake up Goku from a great pain.
What the hell is wrong with you, Boaster? Why are you hitting me?
We have to take a much more powerful training, since your parents are about to die, and if their premonition is correct, this happened in 10 years. So in that time, you must have been able to overcome the maximum power of a king at all, even being able to adapt the power of a maximum stage angelic destroyer.
What? What do you mean my parents are about to die? I can't believe that. But in that case, please trust me. Train Vegeta and Gohan the same way.
No, Kakarot. If we train those insects, we won't be able to advance. We have to make the most of as much time as possible.
Trust me, Boaster. The hidden power of Gohan and Vegeta is amazing. I'm sure they won't let you down.
Okay, I'll give you 2 years for you to train them completely. But in this room, which would be 2 days in the outside world.
That time is more than enough. Don't worry.
Goku would leave the time room at a high speed using his teleportation, arriving in front of Vegeta, who was training on the gravity machine. But you're Kakarot, what's you supposed to be doing here? I'm training.
Vegeta, I need your power for a great war that's coming. Even a warrior will train us, and his power surpasses Zeno-sama himself.
What did you say? He even surpasses all-powerful King Zeno-sama.
That's right, but we have to go to training right now.
It's okay, Kakarot, since even I wanted to train on my own because I felt that my power was no longer increased in an amazing way with the training of Whis. Both Saiyans would leave for Gohan's house, in which they were able to find him.
Gohan, we require your power because if we lose this battle, all of us will die completely. What happened this time, Father? Is he a new enemy? I don't feel the presence of any mighty warrior. No, Gohan, but it would be better for you to come with us, since we really required your power, as well as your intelligence will help us in the next battle. It's the first time I've watched you seriously, Father, and it's okay. I'll go with you because if even you are nervous, it must be something very dangerous.
The trio of warriors at a great speed would leave back towards the time room. So the instant they entered, an incredible pressure would fall on the trio of warriors. Vegeta and Gohan, being their first time, had fallen to the ground without being able to move in the least. Kakarot, I told you, no matter how powerful your friends are, they'll never be able to compare to the power of the divine upper realm. But Boaster instantly was surprised to realize how Vegeta had been able to release an amazing power. While in his veins of energy ran the power of Yesper, one of Fria's elite warriors. That's right, the rank of the highest level had become romantically involved with the goddess of a lower rank. So the mestizos had start even among the gods. Vegeta's power on this occasion would rise in an amazing way, to be able to be under the pressure of a god of the higher kingdom. Vegeta, of an incredible scream, it was able to access the Ultra Ego, but the power he gave off was crazy.
Wow, what's this power supposed to be? Or was his training really able to grant me this incredible power? I'm surprised by the power you've been able to release, but apparently even you didn't know that all that great power was sleeping inside you. You will be perfect. Boaster observing Gohan, he would notice how the color of his eyes would turn a red color, similar to those of his lord, while a power much more impressive than Vegeta's power would be released all over the place. While his hair changed to an imposing white, like his power, it had no point of comparison.
And you, by the power that you've been able to release, I could tell that you're the son of Son Goku. So that means that you're the real grandson of my lord.
You're correct. I'm the son of the warrior named Goku. But which lord are you referring to? Even at the age I am, I've never met my grandparents. Gohan, Vegeta, I know it's something difficult to understand, but I come from the Upper Kingdom. My father and my mother were the most powerful warriors of everything existing. But even before I was born, I was able to have some of the warriors betrayed her, almost taking my life.
Exactly. So the essence of the little Kakarot would arrive on the planet Vegeta, being able to adapt a new power as well as a new body. But your body, Vegeta, you even possess energy from the higher realm, so they'll be able to achieve great powers. I don't understand anything, but I have to eradicate warriors to get that in front of me. I'll do it. That's no problem at all. In that case, we'll start with the training right this instant. At the moment, the trio of warriors had been affected by a much more powerful pressure. That's right, the pressure was even capable of breaking each of their bones. While on the other hand, in the kingdom of the whole Zeno-sama was very thoughtful, which Daishinkan would notice. My lord, I've noticed that for some time now, that you're very thoughtful. Is there anything bothering you? Because if that's the case, I could take care of whatever you want.
No, Daishinkan. I just think about how warriors who even surpass my power have been able to reach these universes. I'm not able to understand it.
Wow. You're thinking about the power of that Boaster, the incredible power that he hides. And of course, he clearly comes from the last lost kingdom.
Exactly, Daishinkan. I, as the king of everything, I have to be able to notice everything. Even the warriors have great powers, but that warrior terrifies me.
Don't worry, Lord, because even Son Goku meets that warrior.
For her part, in the Extra Kingdom, Fria was very thoughtful. Something about all this I don't like, because I'm sure my brother's not afraid of death, since he's been able to defeat the god of death on 7 occasions. What is happening? But one of the most loyal warriors would enter his castle. That's right, Yesper would arrive before Fria.
My lady, we've been able to detect an energy somewhat similar to that of your brother in the mirror universes. Although I may be stupid, we have decided to inform you. The warrior with that power, similar to my brother Kira and my brother, a little upset by his death, all this must be connected. Fria would be put on out of her thoughts to her warrior to speak again. My lady, is everything all right? Do you want us to take action, or we just let it pass?
Yesper, you are my right-hand man. Even at the time, you were considered one of the 4 kings of the entire Omnipotent Kingdom. So I want you to grant you the mission of the warrior with the power similar to my brother. Do you think you are capable of achieving it?
My lady, you don't have to worry about that, as I will do everything in my power. So with your permission, I'm retiring.
The subject at a great speed would leave towards the universe where he'd been able to feel the energy of Nagami. Returning to the room in that place, 3 years had already passed, in which the warriors had already been able to achieve incredible powers, while Boaster's power would also rise in an amazing way.
This is amazing. I never thought that a simple workout would be able to make me more powerful. My lord, please reset a little more.
Boaster, I don't know my perception with the energy is stable, but I am able to feel a powerful warrior is approaching this multiverse, and by the speed and power he possesses, I can tell that he belongs to one of the greater universes.
Boaster would begin to concentrate in order to be able to feel the energy of the supposed warrior.
No, Kakarot, apparently you're mistaken, as I'm not able to feel any energy. All this must be overtraining, so...
Boaster wasn't able to finish speaking because at that precise moment, he was able to feel the incredible power of Yesper. That's right, Fria's right hand, just like one of the ancient kings was heading towards his location.
No, damn, if he continues with his current speed, he'll arrive in one day from the outside world. While in here it'll be a year, we have to increase our powers much more.
All the warriors would continue with their training because, in the case of losing, all the universes as well as their inhabitants would be completely destroyed. A great power was still approaching all over the vast outer space, which Boaster had realized that his power was still the same as before, so he would relax a little.
You must train since you'll take care of that warrior, since all of us born with incredible powers never require training, and that's what Yesper has done since his power remains the same.
That means we have to be able to beat that guy.
You're correct. His power remains the same while I've been able to recover my power, as well as increase it in an incredible way thanks to the training.
It seems like you're finally a worthy opponent, since being our partners, we're not able to use 100% of all our power.
This'll be very interesting. My Saiyan blood is burning with excitement.
But don't trust, because the warrior you're going to face, he has millions of years of experience in battle, so you shouldn't trust.
We know that, Boaster, so we just have to wait for that damn worm to arrive.
Boaster would continue to train all the warriors, while for his part, Yesper was getting closer every time. However, he's already a few months away from reaching his destination. For a being of omnipotent energy, he was completely nothing, while for mortals, it was a part of his entire life.
Aye, the right hand of the first omnipotent god will grant you eternal youth, so that your body will not be affected by time. You will remain young forever.
Boaster would make a large amount of omnipotent energy flow through each of the warriors, with which every vein of his internal system, he was able to assimilate all the omnipotent energy. So even his muscles had coupled with the essence of an omnipotent god, they had been able to possess the eternal youth that characterizes a god of the upper kingdom.
With the essence I've granted you, you'll never grow old, but remember, you are not immortal, because if you suffer serious damage, you will still end up defeated.
This is amazing! We'll always be able to possess our bodies to the maximum power, but I want to fight already.
I agree with Kakarot. The approaching warrior must be powerful, for you and Boaster to have been able to feel his energy at such a distance.
I'm ready! I feel that with this new power, I'm able to beat whoever stands in front of me!
The time had passed quickly in which Yesper had been able to reach the kingdom of the All, of the almighty Zeno-sama. So a great pressure had fallen on his entire castle, so Daishinkan would go out to see who it was about.
Wow, the pressure that is released is incredible. But tell me, who are you? So you're considered the gods of the lesser universes. You don't even serve as toys of the children of our reign. You better get out of the way.
Daishinkan, before saying anything, a much more powerful pressure would fall on his entire body. His bones would be completely destroyed, so Zeno-sama instantly felt that overwhelming pressure, was able to access his combat state quickly, leaving his castle quickly.
What's going on in my multiverse? I don't know who you are, but if you've been able to bend Daishinkan, that means that you possess a great power. So I ask you, in the kindest way possible, please withdraw from our multiverse.
Don't make me laugh. It's true, you have a much greater power than this pathetic priest, but despite that, you won't be able to do anything against me.
I'm not going to repeat it again. Please leave my priest free and leave our multiverse.
Yesper, with a blow of air, was able to send Daishinkan flying to a planet.
And what'll happen if I refuse? Since you don't have the required power to confront me, you're a simple warrior of these pathetic universes.
But Zeno-sama, with an incredible speed, was able to connect a blow in the face of Yesper, which was able to send him flying to a planet, destroying everything in his path. So Zeno-sama would approach his maximum speed again.
This guy completely surpasses me in power, but I don't have to let him recover since I was able to catch him off guard.
Zeno-sama would not waste his opportunity, so he would start giving him millions of blows all over his body, which began to cause a few scratches, as Yesper not being able to release his power.
Celestial Atomizer!
An incredible attack combining with the energy of eliminating a king completely would be thrown against Yesper, which would be completely reached. Zeno-sama, at the moment, would spit out some blood using much more power than his body was able to withstand.
Yeah, that hurt me too much. So this is my limit as a king at all. I have even trained in alternate dimensions, but apparently my power is no longer able to increase in a great way.
But all over the place, an incredible aura would rise up all over the 12 universes, while a much more amazing pressure was able to kneel all of the warriors without any exception, was even able to crack millions of dimensions.
What a pathetic multiverse. With this bit of my power, I've been able to assault the same dimension, whereas in our reign, it even takes an elusive power to at least generate a crack in the universe.
Damn, I feel like my body's too heavy. I'm not even able to move. The pressure it's releasing completely dulls me. I won't be able to do anything.
The blows you gave me have not caused me the slightest damage. The last attack was even able to make me bleed. I'll never forgive you for that, you damn worm.
Yesper, with an incredible speed, would begin to massacre the powerful Zeno-sama, which looked like a punching bag since it wasn't able to do anything against the warrior. Zeno-sama would be sent to a great planet, but with a simple impact, it would be completely destroyed.
Even if it is, try to stick your hands in to defend yourself, because if you keep this up, you'll die. I'm getting bored.
Zeno-sama, although he had made his best effort to try to defend himself, he wasn't able to achieve it, because this time the power of his enemy completely overcame him. Zeno-sama began to fall all over the universe.
You don't even serve me for warming up. When I finish my mission, I'll destroy this whole universe that doesn't possess any powerful warrior.
A large sphere of energy was approaching towards Zeno-sama, but as it was about to collide with his body, a powerful blow was able to completely disintegrate it. While from all the fire generated from the energy, Yesper was able to recognize the first commander of Nagami.
You're the Boaster, the Supreme Commander of Nagami. I don't care with that, you're here. Your power was stripped away, so I'll finally be able to sweep the floor with you.
Yesper would move at an incredible speed against Boaster, but to his surprise, Boaster would stop his punch with only one of his hands, while his aura would rise in an unreal way.
Be grateful that I'm not here to end your life, but you've made a mistake, because by letting me touch you, I've been able to eliminate all attempts at communication with the upper world. That doesn't matter to me. I'm one of the ancient rulers, and currently right hand of the mighty Fria. I can't lose against you. You're a bug by my side.
Yesper, without assimilating the power of his opponent, would throw himself against him. However, Boaster only dodged each of his blows with great precision, not granting him any blow, but with a slight expulsion of energy, he was able to move him away a little.
You're lucky that I'm not your opponent, as your opponents will be my 3 disciples. Don't say stupid things. Warriors of this universe will never be able to do anything against us.
But I was surprised to realize how the 3 warriors possessed the essence of gods of the upper kingdom, and the one with purple hair even possessed a little of his essence.
What the hell? Who are these warriors? It's not possible that simple worms of these universes are capable of possessing the essence of a true god. FYI, with the multiple pills that hold the essence of the gods and a little bit of my divinity, they were able to awaken their divine energy in full. That doesn't interest me, because in that case, it's not a pure energy like ours. So right now, I'll eradicate them.
Yesper had rushed against Goku first. However, an audible aura would rise all over the place, making him retreat a few meters, while in the same way he was able to notice how the essence of the most powerful god ran through his entire body, which would make him fill with an incredible terror.
That's not simple energy pill, since its essence looks a lot like that of the descendant. That must be impossible.
It's a shame that that's just what's happening. I'm the firstborn of a mighty god, Nagami and Kira.
No, this must be a nightmare. Kira lost the baby because of an energy date. So, you're telling me this is fucking crazy.
I don't care if you believe me or not. You just have to know that this very moment I'm planning to end your life.
We know that your power surpasses us, but right now, we're planning to resort to teamwork. So get ready!
Gohan would instantly expel all his power, reaching beast mode. But the power that was released by each of the universes was amazing. So much so that on this occasion, he'd been able to surpass even Daishinkan.
Booster, can you up Daishinkan and Zeno, please?
Okay, you guys worry about the battle. I trust you. Show me the fruit of your trainings. Boaster was able to get to Daishinkan, who was on his knees, because the pressure of all the warriors did not allow him to move freely. But instantly, he was able to feel warmth throughout his body. That's right, this time Boaster had healed each of his wounds and was also able to grant him a little omnipotent energy, so that he would not be affected by the pressure of the warriors.
I really appreciate it, Boaster. You've helped me already on 2 occasions.
You have nothing to worry about, since I would likewise give my life for my lord, and that is just what you've done. You have my respect. Boaster at the moment was also able to heal Zeno-sama, but not being used to his combat state, he had returned to normal.
Thank you very much for caring for us, but will the Saiyans be able to defeat him, since after all his opponent is being of the higher realm?
Don't worry, they'll be able to beat that damn worm. The Battle of the Warriors was about to begin, but Yesper, without trusting himself, was able to release all his power, with which a red aura spreads all over the place, while Yesper at a great speed would begin to fight with each of the warriors. But surprising as it may seem, the trio of warriors was able to face him. That's right, this time they even began to grant him some excellent blows. From a quick coordination of the warriors, Vegeta and Gohan were able to hold his limbs, so Goku, from an incredible blow of the god Ozaru, was able to cause him incredible damage, while at the moment a serious devastation caused on one of the planets of the mighty kingdom of the All.
I can't believe the power they've been able to get in this short period of time. Even we weren't able to do anything against him.
Apparently training with a warrior of the higher realm, he's able to give these results, since the individual power easily surpasses us.
From the crater formed, a lightning would rise all over the place. While Yesper's anger would rise to incredible levels, however, multiple energy veins were completely destroyed due to this. His power had decreased in an incredible way, not managing to increase his power much more.
Damn worms. I'm a powerful warrior of the upper realm who cannot perish in this place. I'll have to be able to come back alive. You're a damn threat.
It's a pity that you won't be able to get out of this place alive.
If you're able to bleed, you could die. So it doesn't matter how much power you possess. If we combine our powers, you won't be able to do anything.
The trio of warriors, having their power almost complete, were able to give him a beating. But the clash of their fists were at flashing speeds. That's right, only Boaster was able to keep up with the rhythm of the battle, while Zeno and Daishinkan only watched each of the flashes generated by their fists.
Wow, I'm not able to completely see anything. The speed and the power of the Saiyans has increased in an unparalleled way.
After all, I have been his teacher, so it's normal that his powers have grown this way. Returning to the battle, Yesper was lying on the ground completely, while vomiting large amounts of blood, as his internal system had been completely destroyed.
As far as I understand, there's even the god of death, so send him a greeting from me, damn good-for-nothing.
Goku would direct his last blow against Yesper, but at that instant, Boaster was able to stop his blow with a little difficulty. We cannot end their life, because if we do, the Higher Kingdom will have the information that the lesser universes, there's a warrior capable of murdering them.
But if we're not able to end his life, what do we do?
We'll use the same sealing style they used with your parents, Kakarot.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. I think it's great, Boaster.
Boaster in front of Yesper would observe him on the verge of death. So instantly, he was able to create that imposing seal with a part of his power which was enough to leave him incapacitated, while his energy was drained.
Higher divine realm! I hope you're prepared for his death, as we'll get you to where you're very soon.
Guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking.
Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.